Hey guys, today is Monday, August the 18th, and it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So, yesterday, I was just going to clue you in on what happened yesterday. We got up as soon as we could and packed everything up in the truck for yard selling, moved to a different location this time, and set up my yard sale. It was a very hot day. I sweated a lot, waited a lot. And then I, played a few games on my phone while I was waiting. And we did end up making $29 at the yard sale this time. Last time was just $1 here at our home. So it was a better location. Thank you, Tom, if you happen to watch this video, and Holly. They had us let me borrow their canopy and make a couple signs to help direct people, and I was able to get a few stops and made $29. That's a lot better than nothing. Hank also spent time sharpening lawnmower blades and made $20 that way yesterday. So he was able to do something too. And then we went Doordashing that night and made about $40, I think. So I was able to come home after the yard sale. I was sick. The heat, and I forgot to take any water, so they brought me a little bit of water, but it wasn't enough water. It is for normal during the day, but when you're sweating and you're moving, you need extra water. So I was pretty pooped. But after I came home and ate, I had a chicken patty sandwich with some mayonnaise on it. And then I ate a baked potato that was left over. And what else did I have? I had a cup of mandarin oranges for like a little bit of sweetness. Drank some water, drank lots of water when I came home. And then just laid down a little bit and rest a little bit. And I got back to myself. I think we come home about 5 o'clock, 5:30, something like that. And it was about 8 o'clock when I started feeling better. So I was able to unload the truck, put it back in my mudroom, and DoorDash that evening. All right, fast forward to today. Today, we slept in a lot. It was like, what time was it when I got up? I think I got up about 8, and everybody else got up around 11. So, I just sent a text to the lady at the flea market and asked, hey, was checking in on the status of our payment. Anything would help. Today's the 18th, and I have a few bills due by the 20th, so in a couple days. And I was $75 short on the bill. And then Parker's birthday, we wanted to do things with, so we wanted money for that. About $200 for that. And so I was hoping that we could get that, from the flea market in time. So I sent her that, and about 5 minutes later, she said, yes, we do have your money. So we went and got that taken care of, got the bank taken care of. We was able to we've been putting $10 in gas in the truck every day. $10 don't get us far. It gets us about 50 miles. With everything said and done, and 75 in the bank, 200 put away for his birthday, and I had $40 left to put in the truck. So that was good news. Hank is trying to quit smoking. I was able to get 1 pack of cigarettes too. So God is so good, and I wanted to share that with you, my favorite people. And prayers work. You just got to have faith, and everything will work out as planned. Maybe not your plan, but God's plan. Okay, so here is the mudroom piled up again with my yard sale stuff. But it's all right here instead of on my front porch and here from the booth. I was able to set it out my yard sale and then pack it up pretty much organized, you know, because I was trying to put men's stuff with men's, kids stuff with kids, you know, make it easy for people to see through, walk through. Women's, you know, women, we look through everything, so it wasn't much of a big deal on the women's stuff, but I did put all the women's together too, and it was pretty neat setup. It really was. So I'm walking back here to get my, oh yeah, let's check on our onions. Remember that the last time I videoed? It'll be a while before all of this will be brown, and then we can sift through that and preserve our onion. I'm gonna grab my basket here and see if we can find some red tomatoes real quick. So I will meet you down at the garden. Okay, we're down here in the garden now, and I wasn't able to get out here yesterday at all because how busy I was. So looky here, guys. That is not a cherry size. That's not even a grape size. I don't even know golf ball size. But that is a big tomato, a big cherry tomato anyway, that I'm able to cut off. It does have that little bit of yellow on here still, but the rest of these are starting to turn too. So I wanted to get, you know, a couple each day. So I'm gonna grab these two and incorporate it in our dinner. I'm gonna flip you around. Today I plan on having some tacos, but I normally make my own tacos, and I'll show you that later on in this video. But I think we're gonna do burritos this time because we liked the burritos last time we had Taco Bell. That one's starting to turn on us now, guys. The big monster. Anyhow, look at that. Right here is my head, and it's taller than me now. See? My goodness. I can't even see the head of it now. Pretty cool. Let's see about this corner over here. This was the voluntary tomatoes that come up first, but they're not red yet. Alright, but see over there? Those were the other two that I wanted to get. I don't remember if this is a cherry tomato, but I think it is. I'd have to look in my thing, but I'm gonna go ahead and pluck these two. Not a bad little haul today. We'll have us some fresh diced tomatoes to go with our burritos today. I was walking past the pumpkin vines or squash vines, and if you can tell, down in that spot there I see some orange. And if you look above, those are starting to die off. So I'll give it another day and we'll come out here and probably pluck that one. I've got another orange one down in there, but if you follow the leaves up, they are still green, just wilted where it's hot. There's one or two down in there that's dead, so that again, that'll be a couple days. But we have this white one here. This is really dead, and I'm not sure. Let's see. what part you're going to. You're going to all of these leaves right now. So it's not completely dead yet. So again, it'll be a few days on these pumpkins or squash. So there's 3 over here that I see right now. Remember the ones that I had put over on the greenhouse? The white one was covered in those squash bugs, so I just went ahead and decided to give that one to the squash bug. So I just throwed it down, let them have it. And then I put the other 2 over here on my glass table so that they can cure. These 2 here. It's looking cute. Here's my laundry still up from Saturday night. So I need to get, that's my next step. Take all of this down, put it in my basket, and then I put it in the dryer for about 10 minutes or so just to knock off the extra lint or bugs that might be lurking in the little pockets and stuff. It kills them. I put it on the high heat. 10 minutes. Kills them. I see them in the lint trap and stuff. If there's bird poop on them, you're just going to have to throw them back in the next load of washer, you know, that you're going to wash. But I love hanging out laundry. They smell more fresh, you know, and it only takes 10 minutes in the dryer instead of an hour and a half. Saves on electricity for sure. So, look at King. Look at King, he's over here. Underneath that nice pretty bush in the shade. It's a hot dog day. Okay, so I am going on in. We're gonna set the tomatoes probably in the basket in the refrigerator just to slow down the, well, maybe not. I'll just leave them out. I'm gonna put them up here in my windowsill. Look at this mess that I have. Found a bunch of roaches crawling around. I sprayed it all last night. They're out because of this mess. Yeah. You feel my frustrations, my overwhelming? Okay. Just letting you know. Used to be really bad overwhelmed on that, but I'm not anymore. It's actually a lot better anymore. So I think the Lord has helped me with that. Normally I would lay these on a paper towel, but I'm going to use these today. So I'm just going to go ahead and set them up here in the windowsill. And they'll continue to ripen a little bit until dinner time. Now, while laundry is washing, I'll be washing dishes. And then I'll be switching laundry out from the washer, hanging it up on the clothesline. I'll be taking the clothes off the clothesline first before I could take them out there, because I have one basket. If I had 2 baskets, I could do, you know, just take one walk out there and come back. But I got this one basket. I'm going to go out, take everything down off the clothesline, place it in the dryer, 10 minutes. Those will be ready. I have even laundry sitting here from the dryer, the load before, that I haven't gotten to fold and put away. But somebody else needed the washer, so they couldn't find my blue basket. It was in the mudroom. And they had put it on the kitchen table, so we don't use the kitchen table. It's no big deal. So I'm gonna do all of my chores that I would normally do every day. It's just a whole bunch of it where I've been a couple days doing other things. Parker has asked not to be on video for me, so I'm not going to video us doing dishes, and I'm not going to video us doing laundry. I'm going to have him help me. He's going to be a good little helper today. So I'm going to leave you guys with that, and I'll come back with you when my kitchen's clean, and I'm going to start cooking my tacos. Alright, see ya.
What is up, guys? Today I'm gonna be doing another cooking video, and yes, I took over my mother. Come here. It's his birthday. Oh my gosh!
He really pulled me over.
I told you.
Getting so big. That was a prank. He wanted to take over my show.
April Fools! It's not April yet.
No, that's not April. So, we did a few dishes, whatever was needed. There's a ton left. Yay. And I stacked it up kind of nicely so I had counter space over here where I can cook because everybody is hungry. So, I just remembered I already did tacos video with you all. So I went ahead and did some of this already. We've got a cup of water, about 2 pounds of ground beef.
Why is it not on the stay, bro? Is it that overbalanced?
You gotta hold the pan so it doesn't slip.
But yeah. Look at all that juice.
I have minced onion, powdered onion powder, garlic powder, chili powder, paprika, ground turmeric. I've put cayenne pepper in it, and I've put ground cumin. Yeah, ground cumin in it. It has a spice to it, and I just shaked it on there. I didn't measure it this time. I just put it on there real thick. And measuring takes time that I don't have at the moment. Hank said, or Daddy, I call him Daddy because I'm Parker, but anyway, my husband said, "What's the ETA on dinner?" So, this is a pretty quick dinner. This is something that we have quite regularly. It is tacos. We love tacos. We love this taco meat. I also need to add a can of tomatoes inside, is what I usually do. But since I have my fresh tomatoes today, I'm not going to do that. We'll put tomatoes on top. Or I can incorporate it in so that Parker has it mixed in and not, ew, I don't like tomatoes. Try to give him as much vegetable that I can think of, you know. Alright, so what we're doing is we're waiting on this hamburger to brown up. I'm not sure why I'm using this wooden spoon, because I have a cool little gadget right here. That my cousin gave me. My husband's cousin's wife, so it's my cousin. This is really cool to ground up. You guys are noisy. Let's take you off so you'll hush. Thank you. A bit easier now. And just keep doing this until it's all browned up and there's hardly any juice, which usually I end up putting too much water. And then the seasonings is all in the juice. But we'll give it a taste test to make sure there's enough seasoning. If not, I just go back and add it again. I'll put a lot of salt and pepper in there too, I forgot. We're going to have burritos today. It's really the first time we've had burritos. Let's see. So I'm going to give that a good boil and we'll be right back. Okay, this is boiling now, so I was going ahead and give it a good, nice, quick stir. I'm also cooking something else that we've never had. Black beans. That was something given to us. And it seemed like I've ate black beans before, but it seemed like it was a Mexican dish. I'm not really sure. So here's our Mexican dish today. And I'm gonna add black beans on the side. Rice should go good too with it, with all this. That rice takes a while to cook, so I'm just gonna skip it today. We might have some tomorrow or something. It smells good. I might have the right consistency of the seasonings today. So all I did was took the black beans, drained them from the can, filled it up with water, shook them around, drained them again. I just drained them a few times. I think 3 times. And then I filled the can back up with water, poured them down in this pan, and I'm going to heat them up to a boil. And then we might intermingle them into our burrito with some cheese and whatever toppings that we want. I've got some spinach over here I'm going to cut up, baby spinach, and some tomatoes that I'm going to cut up now. Okay, so I've got my hamburger is done, so I'm going to, an idea, stir it up again and put it down on low, just let it simmer. Our black beans are not boiling yet, so I have that on medium so that it can come to a slow boil. I've got my cutting board here so that I can chop up what needs chopped up. And that will be the tomatoes, the spinach. I've got our cheese, sour cream, taco sauce, and I saw 2 jars open. I wonder why. And then I'll get the flatbread out in a little bit. Alright, let's get to chopping some here. I know Parker don't like a lot of spinach, so I'm just going to do probably a handful of spinach, sprinkle on top for garnishment or something. There's Hank coming in.
How much longer?
Not much longer, baby. Yes, you did. I'm going to start with the biggest one and wash it off. See what all we can get out of it. Cut the top off and bottom off. Compost it. Might just do 2 tomatoes. I'll put them back up there. Pretty big tomatoes. to be cherry tomatoes. Parker probably won't eat any tomato, but we have some green spinach for top, some tomato. Alright. The beans are boiling now. Go on, turn them off. It didn't say how to prepare those beans in on that can that I had. So I guess you could eat them right out of the can. I don't know. So I just figured I'd give them a heat them up and make sure. Oh, that's my bread bar. Alright, now I got the tortillas here. I try to buy as organically as I can, but I'm also limited on my funds. So I buy what I, buy what I can. Go ahead and put this in the fridge and get plates down, and I'll be right back. Here's Hank's plate. Plate number 1, done. Plate number 2 for Parker is done. Hank said those black beans were awesome. All he did was put salt on them. He didn't mix it in with his burrito. So that's a winner for our household now. I'm gonna make my burrito and show you how I make it. How's that? There's my hamburger meat. I'm not gonna be humongous. Whoops. Sorry, I'll put some on the other side. And so I get all the spinach. Yummy. Parker didn't want any either. Got some tomato here. Get in there. Cheese on before I put the vegetables, but that was my bad. So the cheese melts onto the hot hamburger. It's okay. I ain't worried about melted cheese or not. But it would have been prettier. Okay. Then we got some sour cream. Taco sauce. These are the kind of burritos you gotta eat with a fork. And then you fold it up the best you can, I reckon. Which, like I said, mine's gonna be humongous because I put it all inside. I'll just cut it with a fork and eat it. There we go. Humongous burrito. Now I'm gonna go eat. Well, I always put up the cold stuff first. Then I go eat. And we'll see what else today holds. Alright guys, we're finished eating. The next thing that's on my list is to hang up laundries in the daylight. And then we'll be going to Doordash between 6 and 10. So I'm just going to call this the end of my video for today. So when we get home, I read a book with Parker and maybe watch a show as a family to wind down and go to sleep. So we'll catch you on the next video. Bye now.